Welcome to InnoTrans Talk. This issue is dedicated to infrastructure. My guest today is Volker Kregelin, Managing Director of InoSig. It's good to have you with us. Mr. Kregelin, InoSig stands for Innovative Signaling Technology. The name represents the program of this young Berlin-based company, which was founded in April 2008. What was the motivation?
The foundation of InoSig is the result of a consequent orientation to our customers' needs. Within the frame of Deutsche Bahn's production controls realignment project, new business models were needed in order to manage these projects. Consequently, a main contractor was needed to combine Bombardier's new interlocking technology with Balfour Beatty's competences in infrastructure. Therefore, a common company was founded to manage the whole process, from the planning stage through commissioning, as well as management of the overall budget. The main contractor sets a fixed price. We just implemented our client Deutsche Bahn's idea.
Now let's go into detail. At the beginning of 2009, InoSig, in collaboration with Deutsche Bahn, equipped Mannheim's interlocking system with standardized industrial components. Which part of this project do you consider innovative?
I would like to backtrack to make my point clear. We implemented processes and components which are standard in other industries, but groundbreaking in the railway sector. Instead of conceptualizing a hardware and its relevant software, which would be rendered obsolete or irrelevant when components become unavailable, we used standard industry servers by IBM, which anybody can buy. And we use very simple standard operating systems by Linux, which are available to all. This is the basis on which we implement our customized safety software to carry out all functions of an interlocking. You can compare this to the private sector, where it does not matter whether you use a computer from Dell or from Asus. If you buy a new computer, you can easily integrate the old software on this new hardware. The system provides our client with more flexibility and independence because components which are freely accessible on the market can be used. Additionally, the system reduces lifecycle costs.
And how does it differ from traditional interlockings?
We use intelligent object controllers, which are innovative. The components used for signals and point machines are computers which guarantee a safe process. Thus, we operate an interlocking based on communication systems. We simply use an Ethernet-based communication ring in which we implement these object controllers. The communication flows through the ring directly to the interlocking central server. So the central server is no longer responsible for the entire system's safety. Additionally, the central server is relieved of many tasks, which enables us to run many more objects than with the traditional interlocking. We are now able to activate up to 1,500 objects, each object representing a signal or a point machine. And thus we are able to create extended interlockings. The circular structure allows infinite possibilities. For example, via Ethernet, a point machine can be activated which is 800 kilometers away from the center. Theoretically, it is unlimited. In the past, this was impossible because the radius was limited to 6.5 kilometers. We have also had a look into the future. If you construct such extended interlocking systems, availability becomes a very important question. So we offer our clients redundancy systems too. We run a 2x2 of 2 system. One set of computers can keep operations running in the case that the other set collapses. Nobody would notice. A second advantage is that I am able to test and introduce new software updates. Operations can be switched easily without having any effect on passenger and freight traffic.
So we won't hear again, due to problems at our interlocking system, our train will be delayed.
Definitely.
What are your conclusions after half a year of operation?
Interlockings are very unspectacular. They go unnoticed. They simply have to work, like electric light at home. You switch a button and you expect electricity to lighten your flat. That is exactly what our interlocking system is created for. It is there and it works reliably. Trains are running without problems. That is the best sign.
What are the advantages of the new technology for a network manager like Deutsche Bahn?
The most important advantage is standardization, of course. We implement standards which are adaptable to any other industry standard. A second point are lifecycle costs. In the past, we used to depend on existing hardware and software. When these chips were not available anymore, you had to change the whole system in order to introduce new software. If you work with our components, you can easily exchange computers independently from the software. Exactly like your PC at home. You decide whether you like the Vaio more than the Asus, but you run the new computer with your old software. That is how we work too. So you have free access to the market, and you reduce costs just because you don't have to throw away an entire system after a couple of years.
What made this target architecture necessary?
Deutsche Bahn also wanted to benefit from innovations of other industry sectors. There has been a lot of progress in recent years, particularly in the field of telecommunication. This is only possible if you accept new standards. Exclusive, tailor-made solutions are no solutions, because limited samples would be produced. You wouldn't be able to benefit from the innovative power of the entire world market. With our system, you can now participate in all innovation cycles. You benefit from cost reduction, you develop more power and availability, and you participate in all project development.
You are now taking the next big step in Hannover, Kreilsheim. What will happen there in the coming years?
Hannover Kreilsheim is the first project for which we as main contractor also design the pilot, from the planning stage through rollout and launch. We not only exchange the interlocking with point machines and signals, but also manage all building activities. 15 kilovolt cables, new platforms, tracks and much more. As main contractor, we are responsible both for building activities and construction of the new interlocking.
So how has your company coped with the crisis in 2009?
I would have preferred more of a commitment for innovation and investment in signaling technology from Deutsche Bahn. The development has been rather slow. On the other hand, we have an optimal position in international markets, thanks to our parent companies Balfour Beatty and Bombardier. So we are able to react with flexibility. We are also busy in international projects, and Deutsche Bahn will invest in the succeeding project. You know, we are facing long preliminary lead times and complex planning processes. Now I think we can catch up by the end of the year.
Germany's government has put in place billions of euros in stimulus programs for the economy. How does InoSig benefit from it?
After a long planning phase, these funds can now be invested. Unlike the Cash for Clunkers program, where the funds were immediately released, in our sector we have to deal with complicated plan approval procedures. Now that the approval procedures seem to have been concluded successfully, the first projects funded by the stimulus packages can be allocated at the end of this year.
Fast forwarding to next year's InnoTrans in Berlin, how do you prepare for the fair and how important is it for you in general?
InnoTrans is our industry's most important trade fair, particularly because it takes place right in our backyard. As InoSig, we are part of our parent company's presentation. We will show both new innovations and palpable technologies. So you will really experience how a locomotive transfers information to the interlocking system, and you will see the newest LED signals. We are using our presentation at the fair to show that it is not conjecture, but that the new technology actually exists and functions properly. So the InnoTrans is really important for us.
Mr. Kregelin, thank you for the interview and all the best for the future. Dear users, thank you for your time and attention. See you soon and bye for now.